Hi, this is David, and in this video I want to show you how to customize the software templates for your own use. Now, the product you're going to download is the zip file called blank zip. It's just a blank template. Now, what I'm going to suggest that you do, if you want to brand it any more than once, which you probably will if you want to give away software in various different niches or more than one, you need to unzip the software. So right click, extract all. That's one way to do it on Windows 7, or if you've got a 7-zip or WinZip or some other utility for doing that, just use that. And what you'll end up with is 3 files within that folder. Okay, so the brander is the one that we're just about to use to actually brand it. I'll pull you up. The blank.exe is the software itself, and the blank.lim is just a file that you need to include with the software that you're sending to your customers. Okay, so let's go in and fire up the brander. So open up that folder and you'll get brander, exe and ini. So it's the exe file we're going to use. Okay, and this is usually what's going to happen. No items match your search. So what you need to do is go up one level using the up one level icon, folder with the green arrow, and you're going to select blank.exe. Double click. Okay, and that's going to upload the branding tool. So everything that you can brand is in here. Now, I've given you some examples for options. But basically what you've got is you've got a large button at the top, which has got the title of the software, and you can have a web link on each of the softwares or each of the buttons if you wish. Okay, so let's start at the top. The product title is the wording that goes up here. Alright, so let's call it My Great Software. It's a very imaginative title, obviously. Now, button number 1, I originally just intended for that to be a title, but you can have a link in there if you wish. So let's call it actually the ebook I've got lined up for this is a self-esteem ebook, so let's call it self-esteem. Now you can have this going to your home page or something like that if you've got a blog or a niche site, something like that. Okay, now we need to decide what it is we've got. So you've got another 4 buttons available to you. So you want one of them to be an affiliate link for a product. So maybe make that button number 5. So you've got, say, 2 videos and 1 report. Okay, so let's go and see what we've got on YouTube. Alright, so these are all my videos. Let's go and look for self-esteem. Self-esteem, a guided relaxation session. Right, let's have a look at that. Don't actually want to play it, but now what we're going to do to get this into your software is we're going to embed the code. And there's a couple of ways you can do this. If I come down here and click share and embed, the email in here, let me just try and get this highlighted for you. It doesn't like to give you anything other than the whole lot here, unfortunately. But you'll notice it's youtube.com/embed/the code. Alright, so if you look up the top here, it's watch v equals and the code. Right, so the only difference, this has got embed in and it starts with the Q, ends in the W. Okay, so if I just take this up here, it's also not S. Look, here's another way you can do it, so you know you've got the right one. Copy that, open up a notepad, paste it, and then simply select the embed part. Copy, go back to your Brander, and you want to paste that into the button2 URL, including the HTTP part. Okay, this was called a guided relaxation session. And that's the URL of it. Let's go and see if we can find one related quickly. Just for the sake of quickness, use this. And again, pause it, I don't actually want to watch. So let's do the other way. Let's take this one from the top all the way up to the ampersand. Okay, so the wee A sign. Copy that. Let's go down to my button 3 and V. Now the only difference here is that the watch all the way up to equals is EMBET and another forward slash. Okay, and it also didn't have the S. Okay, so that's the two different ways that you can do it. And the text for button number 3, how to love yourself unconditionally. Now we don't have an awful lot of space on the button, so let's see if it fits. Hopefully that will. Okay, button number 4, let's go for a report. And to do that, I'm going to go for an online report. This is one of the ones that I have on AWS. Just going to copy that into the button 4. And this can be self-esteem ebook. Dead easy. Alright, button number 5, we're going to try and make some money now. Let's go to Amazon. Now all I did in the marketplace was to type in self-esteem and press search. Alright, you'll see there's a few there. This is the one that I'm currently promoting, and it's Joe Rubino. Just put in your ClickBank code, and if you want to say, for example, software, and the tracking code, create your link. Copy that. Back to the Brander. That goes into button number 5. And the title, Ultimate Self-Esteem Formula. Alright, so that's just got all the things that we want. And again, you can use another site in this if you wish, but I'll just delete that. The other thing that you can do if you want to give away the software to build your list is to use the registration settings. So if I click this button, tick the box that says code needed. Now you need to make up a code, so just type some gibberish here. Very important, copy that to your notepad. You might want to have a file for all your files that you've used in the software. Register URL is where they send, or where you're going to send your customer if they don't have a code. Now it's not going to be google.com that you're going to send them to, it's going to be your squeeze page. I don't have one for this, it's just a demonstration. I suggest you open it in an internal browser, and 1000 by 600 is a good size to make it. And click done. So that means that they need to have that code in order to open up the software. So you can actually give them the software, and then once they've got it, then they need to apply for the code. It's much better than asking for their email before they download it. And that's you, hit brand. So branding's now complete. Hit OK. Let's close that off. Just minimise this for the moment. Close that. And we'll head back a level. Right, so the brander is now finished its job, so I can get rid of that. And what I'm left with is the blank and the LIM. So if I now double click blank, this should open up our software. First thing it's going to do is ask me for the code, your registration key. So I put my email in here and the correct key. If I press don't have a key, it should take me to Google in an internal browser. This of course will be your squeeze page, and after they've submitted their details to your list, there we go, that's working. After they're submitted to your list, then you will send them their code. Click OK, and I now have access to the software. Okay, so self-esteem help was fine. Our guided relaxation session was my first YouTube video that we used the copy and paste embed code. Just make sure that's all working, which it is. How to love yourself unconditionally. It works as well, good. Self-esteem ebook. And we're off. That's just opening our browser, but you've got the same controls you've got with as if you'd open the PDF in your own browser. I like opening it in an internal browser because it doesn't show the web address. Okay, nobody can go in and get it. And finally, we've got the ultimate self-esteem formula. Again, no web address. Right, let's go down to the buy button. Let's click bank order form. Down the bottom there's my tracking link and affiliate ID. So all is good, and that's it. So I now know that my software is okay, and you'll see at the top here my great software, and that's how it's going to look. That's what you can have. You notice it's totally unbranded to me, it's all yours. If you had something to do up here with this button, it would open up. Right, you can have it or not. I made the button bigger so that you could have it as a title. Alright, so let's close that off. And now what we want to do is zip these two up. Okay, so if I now go up a level, okay, the next thing to do is change this to reflect the name of the product, so self-esteem. Alright, then what we're going to do is zip it up. So send to a compressed or zip folder, and here it is up here. Alright, so that's the one you're going to send to your customers. You can give it away on a squeeze page, or you can just give it away, because if they attempt to open it, they're going to have to come to you for the instructions and the open code. Alright, so that is how to do your software, and I'll speak to you in the next video.